welcome to the Capas National Shrine. It is a 50-hectare land located in western Capas, formerly known as the Capas Prisoners' War Concentration Camp. This mighty pillar stands with pride to commemorate the heroism of the Filipino veterans during the World War II.
The province of Tarlac consists of 17 municipalities and one component city, which namely are Anao, Bamban, Camiling, Capas, Concepcion, Gerona, La Paz, Mayantoc, Moncada, Paniqui, Pura, Ramos, San Clemente, San Jose, San Manuel, Santa Ignacia, Tarlac City, and Victoria. The word Tarlac is derived from the Spanish word Malantarlac, which means talahib weed, because of its abundance in the place. Going to the municipality of Capas is a 2-hour drive from Metro Manila, an additional 20-minute drive from the town proper going to Capas National Shrine.
The municipality of Capas is described as a first-class urban municipality in the province of Tarlac. Capas is among the oldest towns in Tarlac, together Bamban, Paniqui, and Tarlac. According to historical records, there are 3 versions on how Capas got its name. The first version is from the word Capas Capas, which means edible flower, that's similar to Katuray or the Melaguas, which they said that it abundantly grew along Kutkut river banks.
The second version states that it was adapted from the cotton tree called Capas in Aita dialect. And the third version suggested that it was derived from the first 3 letters of the surname of town's early settlers. Assertively, they were called Caps or Capas in the local language.
On the 9th of April 1942, around 60,000 to 80,000 Filipino and American soldiers, those who survived and surrendered after the fall of Corregidor, were herded by the Japanese occupational forces at Mariveles, Bataan. These prisoners of war were then forced to march for hundreds of kilometers, passing through the towns of Pampanga and Tarlac, their numbers dwindling every day due to hunger, disease, and fatigue until they reached Camp O'Donnell in the town of Capas. Camp O'Donnell is a former Philippine Army training center used by the Japanese military to intern Filipino and American prisoners.
An emblem stands as a historical marker located 3 kilometers from the town proper along the highway in Barangay Kutkutuan is the Death March Memorial Shrine. It was from this location that the Japanese Imperial Army unloaded their prisoners of war from train boxcars to commence the final stage of the Death March. Built in a inverted V structure, it depicts the endurance and heroism of valiant soldiers, defenders of freedom and democracy.
While 9 kilometers away from Death March Memorial Shrine is the Capas National Shrine. The obelisk has a towering height of 73 meters. The obelisk stands as the focal center of the entire shrine, which symbolizes peace. The needle-like tower consists of 3 sections which represent the Filipino, American, and Japanese people in this modern age of global peace who have learned the lessons of war. The core area of the tower is accessible to the people. Here, they look up through the 3-pronged steeple to be amazed by its magnificent height and form. And here is the Wall of Heroes, which is dedicated to the Filipinos and American brave men and women who, in defense of the Philippines in various places in the islands during World War II, died in battle or while in captivity. Etched in the inner black granite wall of the memorial are the names of some 30,000 Filipinos who were incarcerated inside the concentration camp in Capas. Unfortunately, entering from the Wall of Heroes and obelisk is temporarily closed to ensure the public safety. The esplanade is the wide hall from the front gateway leading to the Wall of Heroes. It is 20 meters wide and 443 meters long, while Mini Forest is one of the features of the shrine where 31,000 trees were planted to symbolize the 6,000 Americans and 25,000 Filipinos who died in the concentration camp. It is also meant to evoke environmental consciousness among the people.
Let's talk about the boxcar. Measuring about 8 feet long, 6 feet wide, and 6 feet high. This boxcar, and many like it, were used to transport Filipino and American prisoners of war, the defenders of Bataan and Corregidor, from San Fernando, Pampanga to prison camps in Capas, Tarlac after the long march. The boxcars normally carried 50 persons, but the Japanese packed them up to 100 to 115 prisoners.
The Defenders Hall is a museum named after the defenders of Bataan and Corregidor as a recognition of their gallantry, love of country, and selfless sacrifice, and for their embodiment of the best and finest Filipino soldiery. It is one of the features of the shrine. It contains war memorabilia, old photographs, and artworks. It was unveiled on April 10, 2011. Inside this hall are framed pictures of actual death march, depictions of American and Filipino lives during the Japanese regime, and some officials and heroes. Near this hall is an area where tombstones for the perished American soldiers whom they called battling bastards of Bataan sit quietly. Other tombstones represent other foreign prisoners and officials who have fought for the liberty of the country.
At the end of the day, the shrine emphasizes the role and efforts of our veterans in contributing to the freedom and democracy our nation enjoys today. It is a memorial to our fallen heroes, a place for their families and kin to touch their names on that black marble wall and remember. This was truly a moving experience on how humanity should value freedom and life, because our ancestors fought for this and learned their lessons in a very painful way. Their life stories taught us the consummate value of patriotism to the tune of our national anthem's evocative last line, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.